hell of a one. Today is going to be my very first reaction. So today I'm going to be reviewing Supergirl, and pretty much the reason why I chose this as my first review, it's really because I wanted to, because in the past I started watching, a lot of those superhero shows that are out there. The last one I really watched was Smallville, and with Smallville I've seen all the way up until I've seen most of the episodes except maybe the last 2 seasons. I really didn't watch sequential. So later on down the line I might even review the last 2 seasons of Smallville because it's I didn't do them sequential. But that was really the last superhero show that I followed. And then after Smallville ended, there was a lot of these new shows that popped up on the CW. It was like Supergirl, which is what I'm reviewing today. There's Supergirl, Arrow, Flash, and what I liked about Smallville was we got to see Clark Kent grow up, and so we kind of grew with this character, and we grew with him becoming Superman. So we were brought on that journey, but from what I know about Supergirl is it starts off when she's about 24 years old. So we don't see her growing up. We miss that part when the series starts. So what I'm hoping for this show is I hope there's a lot of character development with these characters, and that's what I look for first. So as I get started with Supergirl, there'll be an episode every week, and once you do that, right now there's about 4. When I'm filming this is the 5th season hasn't started yet, so it'll be starting in a couple months. So I think it got renewed for a 5th season. But I'm going to be reviewing Supergirl. There'll be 1 episode every week until I finish the series. After I finish the series, there'll be a new show added to this day. So other than that, when you're watching these reviews, don't use these reviews as a way to kind of watch the show. If you support the show, definitely get the DVDs, the Blu-rays. I think it's on Netflix. If it's on Hulu, definitely support the show. If you support the show, if you want the DVDs or the Blu-rays, I'll put the links below this video. Other than that, let's get started watching Supergirl. So the story starts off a little bit differently than Smallville did. On Smallville, he originally came from Krypton. On this story, they were planning on sending her to Earth, but instead her flight got miscalculated and got into the Phantom Zone. So now she's being adopted by a different family. So that's what we're looking at right now.
Compatible, so should be good.
You know that you can't quantify emotions based on an algorithm.
When you're IT, isn't your whole life based on algorithms?
Yeah, so if there was an algorithm for love, I think that I would know about it. Just like you're gonna know when it hits you, Kara. It'll be all, wow.
This elevator is a human petri dish.
Assume that all of her powers are fully developed. Superman.
Planet puts this superlative man on their cover 54% of the time.
So Superman is
They want to save the trip.
older
Don't find me a hero, Kara.
because she was in the Phantom Planet. He's older. They probably would have been the same age.
Hello? Oh, it's him. I've seen this picture like a million times. It won a Pulitzer. Wow.
actually posed for that. Guess she likes me.
Oh my God, you're Jimmy Olsen, the photographer from the Daily Planet.
James Olsen.
So we'll probably end up seeing
Everything you
Clark
wanted
Kent,
me.
Superman eventually.
I was scared too.
It's mainly focused on Supergirl right now.
Never take me.
Yeah, Kara Danvers.
Kara.
Okay, so before I begin, it looks like they're kind of taking Supergirl in a way where Smallville left off. In a way, she's working, I'm not sure yet if it's the Daily Planet, but she's working in a place that's similar to it. And she just met Jimmy Olsen, who's a friend of Clark Kent. So let's continue.
Hi.
So that is her sister. I'm not sure. I think she knows about her powers, and she knows that she came from another planet.
Like, I'm not normal. I have the same powers he does. I can lift a bus, stop a bullet. Alex, I can fly. At least I think I can. I haven't done it in years.
You will pick between one of these two, so I can get on my plane.
Blue.
Yep. Good choice. When in doubt, go with blue. It is your color. All right.
If you've seen Smallville, it kind of tells you. If you've seen Smallville first, you get the idea of how he grew up. We don't really see how she grew up, because she was, from what it said, she grew up in the Phantom Zone, and Superman met her there, and that's when he got her from the Phantom Zone. He brought him to a foster family, so we didn't really get to see her grow up.
Circling the city after apparent engine failure. Again,
Did he say Geneva?
Does she have a costume yet? I think she's leaving it all to Superman. Guess she doesn't have her costume yet. They're going directly with the flying on this one. Her sister? Still trying to get all the characters in line. Unlike Clark Kent, who has the glasses, but she still has to hide. There's certain people that she would have to hide from. That's some turbulence. Stay away from the windows. That's one long opening act.
live at the scene.
Thank you, Rick. Guardian Angel or human wrecking ball. There is destruction all over Autobender Bridge.
So we got Dean Cain on here too, who was Superman in the Adventures of Superman, or the Adventures of Lois and Clark.
It's not safe for you to do anything like that. Ever again. No one has been able to identify who, or rather what, she is.
Put on glasses and you think that covers anything?
Do you think there's any connection between this hero and...
To my friend in blue? I don't know. I mean, not that he mentioned, but if she's anything like him, she's a hero. Saving people's what they're going
He
to do.
probably knows
She'll be back.
who it is too.
We need
I don't know if I had
video,
a-
we need an interview,
If I was an alien from another planet and I had to get a job, I don't know if I'd be working for a newspaper printing company.
Go get me a lettuce wrap.
It seemed kind of obvious.
Funny.
And just the glasses, you know, you can figure out that the person on the TV was her.
And I don't want to stop.
Gotta be careful who you tell too.
God, you're a lesbian. Oh, Kara, that's why you're not into me. This is great news.
I'm not gay. I'm her. The woman who saved the plane.
You already want people to want to kill her. But who are these villains?
If she is Alura Sorrell's daughter, then she will
Time to model a new outfit.
Capes are lame. Tell your cousin I said so. Actually.
Take what Clark Kent's doing and model from that outfit.
So, to be a superhero, you need a crime. I happen to be NCPD. There's a
Make more than just one outfit, just in case.
Who are you?
Name is Hank Henshaw. And, I believe you already know Agent Danvers.
She doesn't need those.
Isn't that her sister? So her being adopted wasn't a coincidence. It was with those that can help her.
Dangerous. You, of all people, should know that.
Wasn't just a regular human family. Supergirl.
Supergirl?
No, it was Superman,
We
so
can't name her that.
We didn't.
Right. I'm sorry.
don't like Supergirl.
It's just,
I mean, they're Superman, so
I don't want to minimize the importance of this.
what other name would you call her?
You got a clean image of Supergirl? You bought yourself another day.
I was handling the situation.
That kind of job depends on
Fire, 'cause that was working.
I don't need you or
And
anyone
photos
else fighting
and-
my battles for me.
I'm communicating at 50,000 hertz. If you can hear this, you were not born on this earth.
Yeah, I have a headache hanging from someone. It's not your planet.
You look like Alura.
How do you know my mother's name?
You don't easily forget the name of the woman who condemned you to prison.
Roz?
She's our judge. And jailer.
It's why I didn't want you going out there.
they all came from Phantom Zone,
Show
so
this. Me. The world doesn't need me.
beats both of you.
People of this city will die because of something I did. I started this. You have to let me stop it.
Don't drive a truck that can be flammable.
It's powered by a self-generating atomic charge, reaching temperatures up to 2,500 degrees.
How does that help?
If it gets any hotter than that, it's gonna explode. She just has to get close enough to do her thing.
Why is he just holding it?
It's why you were sent here. I believe that now. You have to believe it too.
No idea what's coming.
More bad guys like you, apparently.
Probably burn up a lot of calories fighting an axe-wielding alien. Meet me on the roof. He knew that I was trying to expand my own horizons, so as a favor, he asked
Friend
me
of
to
Clark
spend
Kent, yeah.
National City. Hang out. Near you.
So wait a minute. He wanted me to do this?
He was wrapped in when he was a baby.
Apparently, this cape won't shred.
Is that used for the cape?
He's really proud of you. Me too.
Yeah, like that's not noticeable.
Earth doesn't have just one hero anymore. Now it has me. Now it
Just need the
has
glasses on.
Supergirl.
Alura's daughter.
Someone's a mole.
My dear little niece.
Of course.
She escaped with her cousin.
And much less of a threat than he is to our endeavors.
You're wrong. If she's anything like her mother, she will be just as formidable. It was my right to lead Krypton. I will lead Earth. We all will. Find her and kill her.
Kara Zor-El is your blood.
Blood?
No one can be allowed to stand against us. Not even my niece.
He's Okay, so that was the first episode of Supergirl. So before I give you kind of my thoughts on the first episode, I'm going to kind of compare it to how the first season of Smallville started versus this one. And I'm not going to compare them together for the next one. This is just how they both started, how they're a little bit different. So how Smallville started is Superman came down on a meteor shower, and he was very little, and he was adopted by the Kents, and he grew up, and that's how Smallville started. We grew up with him as he grew up and became Superman. Supergirl is a little bit different. I think their planet was about to blow up or something like that, or pretty close to it. And they sent Clark to kind of train her. They sent her down there to kind of look after her. I don't know if they were sending them together on the same day or not, but when her ship was flying into the cosmos, it somehow ended up into the Phantom Zone, and because of that, she was in the Phantom Zone, so she was there for a while. It was unclear if she was, she just stood there and grew up there, or Clark Kent brought her from there to her new adoptive family. So that part is a little bit unclear, how long she was actually in the Phantom Zone, because I doubt that Clark Kent would just leave her there and they'd be stuck in the Phantom Zone for all that time. I believe as soon as he found out that she was there, he flew there and grabbed her and guided her to the right way to Earth with her new adoptive family. So that's kind of how it begins. So we miss about 24 years of her growing up. So that's kind of where Smallville left off, is kind of where where Smallville left off in the series finale is kind of where Supergirl starts. She's 24, and she's kind of ready to become Supergirl again, and kind of do her reasons to do it. So what really causes her to bring out her powers again is her sister's on a plane. Her adopted sister. Her sister's on a plane. The plane's having problems. She hears about it, so she goes and she fixes that plane. She doesn't have her costume yet, so she just goes out in her regular clothes and throws her glasses on the floor and saves the plane, saves her sister from that plane crashing. So that's kind of how it starts, and she saves that plane, and she's all excited, and she's like, look at me, and then everybody's getting hold of it on the media, and everybody's like giving her name, and she doesn't like the name Supergirl, but that's kind of how it starts. So she's working for a place, I can't really remember the name right now, but it's similar to the Daily Planet. It's like she's a reporter for news, and she has a boss that's kind of strict, and she has to take photos and things like that. So in the day, she's Kara, and then in the free time, she's Supergirl, starting out, and she meets up with Jimmy Olsen, and then she tells another guy, I didn't catch his name yet, but she tells that other guy her secret. So this is kind of where I think they rushed it a bit. They kind of want to make it more like The Adventures of Lois and Clark, where people in her workplace know that she's Supergirl, so that they can cover her when she needs to go do her thing. But I still think that they should have waited a while before other people found out. I think that the people that really should know right now are just her adoptive parents and her sister. Should really know. I don't know how that's going to play out, but that's really all that Supergirl is. So what goes on in this episode is she meets up her first villain and fails the first time, defeats him, and it's revealed at the end of it that her aunt is involved with some of the stuff that's going to be happening with enemies that are coming forward in the future episodes. So that's kind of how I got with Supergirl. I like it, so I hope it goes well, because I do like these shows, because the Superman or super area, these really interest me, because these characters, they come from another planet and they could be using their powers for evil, but they choose to use their powers for good. So that's why I like this comic character. I like Superman, I like Supergirl. I like their comic character for this reason. They're my favorite comic character above all the others. So that's just my little mini review of the first episode. Again, guys, this video is going to be short. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's shorter. If you want to watch the full reaction, go to my Patreon. You'll have access to watch the full 45, 50-minute reaction that I've done for this. Other than that, stay tuned for next week's episode of Supergirl.